Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be showing off a team that my wife ran. This is actually my favorite Ultra League team to run, and this is inspired or told from my wife, from a friend called with in-game name Last Nation, a really strong European train. The team is Tentacruel with Scald and Blizzard, Scrafty, and Obstagoon. It's a very strong team because there's a lot of Tapu Fini and Charizard leads, and obviously this is one of them. Obviously, you need to maintain this matchup. Gonna switch out into Scrafty. Obstagoon would have been slightly better here just because it does double resist the Shadow Claws. But this opponent is throwing Ancient Powers here. I think they're trying to flip switch with the potential boost. But this is a pretty good matchup for Scrafty as well. I think they keep throwing the Ancient Power boost. I actually think they get the boost here. They actually do get the boost. So they will actually survive this foul play because of the boost. And gonna let this go. It's gonna be another Ancient Power there, going for the double boost here. Gonna pup. They will survive this pup, but then should be able to counter down and control switch no matter what, and able to farm down. And here comes Tapu Fini. This Scrafty is pretty boosted. Actually, only single stage boosted. So this is probably gonna bring it probably gonna do like 20% or so. Yeah, about 20%. But gonna put the Tapu Fini pretty low. Gonna try to get to the pup. Not able to get the pup off. It's totally fine. And gonna switch. And this is absolutely game over here. This is like literally the hardest counter you could come across. I am gonna speed this up here because this match is basically over. Gets the boost and the opponent decides to leave. I guess it's only fair that she got the boost because the opponent did get the boost as well. And yeah, I really like the flexibility of the team. There are obviously tough things in the back. So this is a good lead. I have two answers to Obstagoon. So typically what you want to do is take the Night Slash, or they potentially obstruct, then you switch. But you want to build up some energy. So she's going to attempt to catch the second Night Slash onto Scrafty. Just in case there is a Charmer in the back, you do need to bait it out, or a Tapu Fini. And then there ends up being this Clefable, and gonna throw the foul play. Good timing on the foul play. And then gonna be able to get one more counter in before the next charm KOs. And then likely gonna come back into, for sure gonna come back into Tentacruel. Probably farm up a little bit, then throw. Good timing. Going to add 100 energy. We'll see if this is enough to take out the Clefable. It is not. The Clefable doesn't have a move, and we will see. Oh, it's actually Cresselia. This actually fine. Obviously, the Cresselia has a better matchup versus Tentacruel than Obstagoon does, because the fast moves are super effective as opposed to resisted, and that doesn't quite KO. Gonna switch out. And then here comes Goon. But this Goon is quite low. Gonna go for the Night Slash bait. Probably safer to go Cross Chop in case they call the bait. But this is going to be a very straightforward matchup. Can just counter down this Obstagoon and come out with a decent amount of energy. And gonna be able to throw the Night Slash at this Cresselia. And I'm sorry, they just didn't take that first one, but this game's over anyways. Gonna be able to throw the Night Slash and gonna shield. This is likely a Grass Knot. A Grass Knot actually would not KO, but with the Cycle Cuts, it would be pretty close. Actually, it'd probably still survive. And gonna throw another Night Slash to take out the Cresselia. But it was very important to preserve the Tentacruel's health and energy. For any potential Charmers, Tapu Finis, things in the Charizards, things in the back that do quite good against Scrafty and Obstagoon. Does sometimes take a while to get the matchup. So it has multiple answers to Obama Snow, and they actually switch into Tentacruel. I think they were unsure how to switch. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a good answer to Tentacruel, but has two good answers two Tentacruel in the back, Abomasnow in the back in the form of Obstagoon and Scrafty, but you do expect them to have a hard answer to uh, to Scrafty and Obstagoon or counter users in general. Another debuff. These two Tentacruels are debuffing each other into oblivion, and we can see that these skulls are not doing very much damage, and this is gonna be a potential timeout battle. We'll see how this is gonna play out, and will we see another skull come through, and then maybe potentially. Okay, gonna let this go, and then let's see how this is gonna play out. And you're gonna switch, get the extra counter in. Does have energy remaining. Oh, here comes Toxicroak. This is actually very, very bad. But Scrafty is a fighter that likes to fight back, and you can see these counters. Even though Toxicroaks are super effective, this is still doing quite a bit of damage. Gonna have to determine whether it's gonna be a Mud Bomb or a Sludge Bomb. It ends up being a Sludge Bomb, and that's the correct shield. The Mud Bomb would not have KO'd, so the opponent went for it, thinking that there was a potential bait, and we will see. Gonna let this go. Does have to be careful of the catch. We'll see whether the opponent will try to catch. Nice prediction. Unfortunately, this Abomasnow is invisible, and you really want to be low in this Obstagoon because you don't want this Toxicroak to come out with too much energy. They do throw the energy ball, and gonna throw the cross chop at this invisible Abomasnow, and gonna let this go. And gonna throw the Night Slash at this invisible Toxicroak. I don't know how much health this Toxicroak has. Yep, who knows? Okay, that's quite all right. And this Tentacruel has quite a bit of energy. This Toxicroak does not have a lot of energy. We're gonna see the skull come through. We'll see whether or not Tentacruel can survive. It can survive and get to the skull to take out the Toxicroak, just barely winning with very minimal amount of HP remaining. The two Pokemon were invisible, but unfortunately for them, my wife is invincible. All right, we're gonna run into Tentacruel into an Obstagoon lead, and gonna play this matchup pretty similar. Again, you need to preserve this Tentacruel in case there is a fairy in the back. So we are gonna see the catch attempt. You could throw the Skull to do some damage, but this catch is very necessary in this matchup. They do throw the Night Slash, and here comes Charizard. Should be able to reach it beforehand because it looks like the Charizard is one turn behind. Going to be able to reach the foul play, and we'll see what this Charizard does. That does a tremendous amount of damage. Going to attempt a pup, and we'll see if they go for the Blast Burn or they go for the Dragon Claw. They go for the Blast Burn. Need to farm down this Charizard. Okay, gets the Poison Jab through. Should be able to farm down. This Blast Burn's going to put it pretty low. And we will see what comes in. It's the Goon. The Goon actually gets denied there. Going to throw the Scald. And we're going to see the immediate swap. And here comes Venusaur. There's a Scald banked. We will see how this is going to play out. Gets the boost. The opponent looks like thought about quitting there, but is going to stay in this matchup. Going to let this go. The Venusaur is going to still have a hard time farming down this Obstagoon. And we'll see how this is going to play out. They do throw on CMP. And we will see how this is going to play out. Going to get quite low. And the opponent switches and catches the the Obstagoon. This is gonna be able to farm down, and we will see what's gonna happen here. I'm actually not sure the opponent lagged there. Wouldn't they have had the frenzy there? Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, she ends up winning by blizzarding the Venusaur. Blizzard coming in really clutch. Obviously, Sludge Wave would have been enough there too, but Acid Spray would not have been enough in that particular situation. So getting the Blizzard was really nice. Actually, not sure who wins CMP, Tentacruel or Venusaur. And we see the Jellicent. This is a tough situation here because a lot of times the matchup in the back is very tough. It is a bubble jelly, so it's much better for Tentacruel. So going to try to catch the Shadow Ball. The opponent elects not to throw, but they come into Shadow Muck. But the bubble jelly is both better and worse. It's much better for Tentacruel, but much worse for Scrafty and Obstagoon. I believe Obstagoon actually loses the 0 when it's a bubble surf jelly. Gonna shield this. They built up enough for the Sludge Wave, and it is the Sludge Wave. Gonna look to counter down. Unfortunately, it's gonna be one short, but this surf is not enough. But they are likely gonna attempt to bubble down. Gonna throw the foul play. This Crafty is boosted, so we'll see whether or not they will shield. They will end up shielding, and they do throw on alignment, but that's in order to get rid of the Scrafty. Gonna go right away into Goon, and they do throw the Surf. Not great timing by the opponent, but they obviously want to get the damage off. Gonna throw the Night Slash, and we'll see how this is gonna play out. And they come into their own Goon. A little slow on the switch. Took a little bit too much counter damage, but we'll see how this is going to play out. They're going to see the Scald. Gets the attack fall. That's so critical. Really, really nice. So now these counters are debuffed. Plus this Night Slash is debuffed. We'll see if they get the boost. They will not get the boost. Going to farm up some additional energy. They do throw the Night Slash. Gonna throw on CMP. That's totally fine though. It's a bubble jelly, so they'll have a really hard time farming down this Obstagoon. It's important to take this out right away because they can switch out. So you don't want to give them any chance to play any games. Plus they're gonna have to throw, and this Scald and Poison Jabs are gonna add up. Each Scald does about 20%. We see the attack drop. That's absolutely brutal, and we'll see whether or not they'll throw the Surf or Shadow Ball. They need Shadow Ball to KO. They throw the Surf. It does not KO. And we will see another Scald come through. And the opponent elects not to shield. And that is game over. And we see this next game. Okay. Deoxys is kind of tough. It's both like good and bad. You resist the counters. This would have been a CMP tie to the Thunderbolt, but they elect not to throw. So likely they have Rock Slide and Psycho Boost. That's the preferred moveset. Most times in Ultra League, the Rock Slide. But they throw the Psycho Boost. This is a debuff Psycho Boost, but I think they're at 11 right now. And oh, here comes Obstagoon. And a little slow on the switch, but that's quite all right. Let's see what they throw here. They actually have Obstruct, which is better because the Deoxys doesn't get as much farm, and you get slightly more farm with Scrafty. And let's see what they throw. And as well, you double resist the Obstruct and Night Slash. And we will see what they do. Gonna throw the Foul Play. Potentially could have baited, but it's, I think in my opinion, like too risky of a bait. Because you're not going to get to another move anyways. You just get to a pop. So, and we do see, they did actually had the Psycho Boost before the Scald, but I think they were afraid of the catch. And we'll see how this is going to play out. They do Psycho Boost. Oh, they come into Muck. This is going to be a close game. Muck up a shield. Gonna throw the Cross Shop. Usually they don't shield the first one because they're afraid of the potential boost. They do Acid Spray. And we'll see how this is going to play out. Gonna throw on CMP with the Acid Spray. And we'll see what the opponent is going to do. If they're going to let this go. They do let it go. These counters are neutral. Going to go for the Night Slash. This Night Slash would not take out the Muck. They actually end up shielding to farm down, but one Dark Pulse does not KO. And we will see how this is going to play out. They throw the Dark Pulse. Going to look to try to farm down. They cannot farm down, or they cannot get to the move, and going to be able to switch and throw the Scald at this Deoxys. Honestly, if they switch out to Deoxys, they may have been able to make it to the Psycho Boost, but the opponent was not quick enough to do there. So we are probably going to end the video here because I do have an early flight, but I just wanted to show off some battles from my lovely wife with this really, really fun team. If you'd like to do it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.